Well, hello. Welcome back to Golden Gate Cozy Gator Chat. This is for Sunday, November 17th, and we are wrapping up our discussion of Ezekiel, um, talking about the river flowing from the temple and the inheritance of the land. And we see our scriptures, Ezekiel 47, basically the chapter of the 47. And of course, our theme is still sustaining hope. So, how can we sustain hope with the information that or the stories that we read about Ezekiel? Well, glad you asked. Remember, Ezekiel had a vision, and so we're kind of continuing on that same line of the story that Ezekiel's vision was going through. So first, on last week, and we did have a good gated chat about it in person, but just in case, we'll kind of recap that as well since I didn't get to put that online. But Ezekiel has a vision of rivers of waters flowing through God's temple. The waters that increased as Ezekiel saw more and more of the vision. So the waters got more, got deeper, and the waters brought life and revival almost everywhere it flowed. So the trees were lush, there was life, and everything was vibrant and it was fruitful wherever the water was flowing in this vision. So it was a free flowing, peaceful river bringing healing through its movement. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. But then in this week's lesson, we kind of get back into another part of um, Ezekiel's vision or Ezekiel's story. It's, of course, they were in exile in Babylon, the Israelites, because of their disobedience. They were under a king that was idolatrous, which means that the king was worshiping other gods other than God. But God was giving them a promise and showing them that He was, and of course, He had told them how He was going to have a temple where He would dwell with them. He gave them provisions of the altar where He would be able to receive their sacrifices and restore them. And then also, so the river brings more life into into the story, into this vision. And now we see how he's given them the another part of the piece of this puzzle or picture is that he would give them a second chance and promise land of their own to live and grow on. And I'm learning all too well how important that is to have a special place for them to be able to grow and to thrive. And we also talked, a part of it was that it was a gift to them that they would inherit, just a special gift, special just for them. He gave them instructions on how they would divide that land amongst them and amongst their tribes. And he even told them how to include other people who would become a part of them because they would choose to commit to God as well, even though they may not have been born into they might not have been Israelites or born into the Jewish faith, but he would tell them how to include them as well if they chose to live among them and commit to God. That is a blessing. That's how we all have salvation too. Praise God. So, thinking about those two things, and like the river, Jesus brings refreshing life to everything he touches. And during our talk, one of our good Gator Chat friends told us about, where we talked about how we could do, like WWJD, how could we be like Jesus in that he brings life to everything he touches? And we discussed how, in situations and opportunities that we can bring life to those situations and try to bring where positivity and optimism when we have an opportunity, because sometimes it can be easy to not do that, or be um, feed into, some of the other things that might be going on. So we can be intentional about being that positive, optimistic light, and be like Jesus to bring, that refreshing air of positivity into situations that we have opportunity to. That was part of the challenge and a part of our Gator chat that we had on last week. And on this story, we see how God gives second chances and provision for all who choose to believe. And so, how can we be just like that too? Sometimes we might encounter different people, or we will at some point encounter different people that might not just only be the people that we know, or the people that might meet new people at work, new people at school, not just people in our family, or not just people in our current friend group or something. So how can we make sure that we um, are like God, and we give those opportunities for other people to be included as well? So those are things that to kind of think about and to take along with us after we uh, read our story to help us go along. So, but we see how God did these things, and He had provision for everyone, and He always has a plan to make sure that He gives us a second chance and gives us everything we need. So that is something to keep in mind, and we are going to continue and hoping that giving provides hope for anyone, or you or anyone, that you would keep that in mind. So that has been this another edition of Gator Chat, and we hope that you'll have a blessed day, a blessed week. Love you, and we hope to see you again soon for another Gator Chat. Bye.